Don in London, hello, and it's April 28th, 2009, just had to think about that. My video is all about recovery from addiction to substance or behaviour, my addiction to alcohol, my behaviour, workaholic, relationshipaholic, gymaholic, any old dolic, and the ism of trying to be perfect, probably, and never so, and always feeling a bit less than and fearful, able to put on a brave face and do what you asked me to do, and often that meant I would strive to achieve beyond the average and excel, and sometimes I did, and sometimes I fell way short of the mark, and where I probably fell way short of the mark was around courage, faith and confidence on a daily basis to make my choices which were for me and not necessarily for my career or for whatever it is I was up to, and wanting to fit in. So where is the ism in me these days? Well, it's the one-day ism of being in recovery from addiction to alcohol and behaviour which would be unhelpful, and the gift is we learn a little bit more wisdom each day how we may be in life. What helps me most, now I've got to a place of recovery, is being in fellowship, and that fellowship is the fellowship of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. I do not speak for it. It has unique, authentic people who can speak for themselves when and if they want to, and it's not my job to promote or attract anyone to a fellowship. I'm just telling people how it helps me, or sharing. And I don't want to tell people, I just want to share how fellowship has helped me just get my life back one day at a time. So it would be imprudent of me to speak on others' behalf, but it would be very prudent of me to share what is working for me. And I believe that Alcoholics Anonymous is going through evolutionary change as society changes, sometimes with a revolution. AA does it with an evolution, because it's full of people who have an opinion, an attitude, an outlook, which is theirs. It's unique, authentic, and it must be so. Otherwise, what is the point? So we have one similarity, and in the AA preamble, which is a statement at the beginning of each meeting I go to, of which there are 600 or 700 in London. Don't go to them all, not enough time, and I need a life as well. So the preamble goes like this for people who attend fellowship meetings. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. Does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And in that statement it really is emphasising that we get well listening to the experience, strength and hope of other people, and then make our lives work in family, community, society, career, whatever it happens to be, where we have endeavours to do. And endeavouring is really what the whole programme is about. It's striving to be where we are, in balance with our emotional, spiritual and physical well-being. So I lean on fellowship hard to get wisdom, experience, strength and hope, and I also lean on other institutions when I need to, professional medical help, and of course I'm part of a family, and of course I have relationships, so it's all to the good if I can keep in balance just this one day. And the beauty of recovery is that's what it is. AA gave me 12 steps of action, and they are suggestions, not rules, and there are 12 traditions which hold the fellowship together. So 12 steps around open, honest and willing, how to live, and 12 traditions all around recovery, unity and service. And I've been to a couple of meetings this month, this last week or so, all about tradition 4, which reads: each group should be autonomous except in matters affecting other groups or AA as a whole, which means that, you know, if you are a part of a meeting, it's your home group as such. That group can run its meetings as long as it's in tandem, if you like, with the traditions of AA, and they are suggestions too. And you know, we're not, AA is not being a part of AA is not being obedient. It's an observation and a working out of how to be unique, authentic, and deal with this one similarity we all have, which is to be sober one day. So I share, as Bill sees it, one of the founders of AA, his words and sayings and wherever they came from, and daily reflections, which is made up of 1 page a day from people who have been in fellowship for many years, and they've been picked out as useful references, if you like. So tradition 4, the group autonomy. In the past there were lots of rules and regulations and ideas about how to make AA professional, but it seems really that if one alcoholic talks to another about how to stay sober one day at a time, or do it in groups, we have a better understanding of ourselves and how to be sober and how to be unique and authentic. So it's not about obedience as such, it's about observing and understanding, then living a life. So, daily reflections for today. And you can tell I'm all for uniqueness, authenticity, and that is also what the fellowship is as an entity. So, April 28th, it says here, 2 magnificent standards. All AA progress can be reckoned in terms of just 2 words: humility and responsibility. Our whole spiritual development can be accurately measured by our degree of adherence to these magnificent standards. So that's humility and responsibility. It goes on to say, to acknowledge and respect the views, accomplishments and prerogatives of others, and to accept being wrong, shows me the way to humility, shows me the way of humility. To practice the principles of AA in all my affairs guides me to be responsible. Honouring these precepts gives me credence to tradition 4 and all other traditions of the fellowship. Alcoholics Anonymous has evolved a philosophy of life full of valid motivations, rich in highly relevant principles and ethical values, a view of life which can be extended beyond the confines of the alcoholic population. To honour these precepts I need only to pray and care for my fellow man as if each one were my brother. And you know, what's wrong with that? And being respectful and understanding, and trying not to trample on other people's toes, and keep our uniqueness and authenticity. As Bill sees it, this one, and I'm all right for time, thankfully, willpower and choice. We AAs know the futility of trying to break the drinking obsession by willpower alone. However, we do know that it takes great willingness to adopt AA's 12 steps as a way of life that can restore us to sanity. And it's a way of life, and it's not a graduation. No matter how grievous the alcohol obsession, we happily find that other vital choices can still be made. For example, we can choose to admit that we were personally powerless over alcohol, and that took me a long time. That dependence upon a higher power is a necessity, even if it's simply dependence upon an AA group, that is, wisdom, experience, strength and hope. Then we can choose to try for a life of honesty and humility, of selfless service to our fellows and to God as we understand Him, and that can be your God as you understand it, or as an atheist or agnostic, or as to good conscience. As we continue to make these choices and so move toward these high aspirations, our sanity returns and the compulsion to drink vanishes. But you know, we have high aspirations, but we all know that there's only one step which can be worked on a daily basis, which is 100%, and that's the first one, where we admit we are powerless over alcohol, and life will become unmanageable again if we were to drink. And then from step 2 to 12, and step 4 this month, April, is all about doing a personal moral inventory, and a fearless moral inventory of our assets and liabilities, where our anger and resentments are, and how to deal with them. These 12 steps keep us on a path one day only. So the gift for me, and you know, listening to tradition 4, there are many people with experience of fellowship, and the gift is simply this: we are able to understand what works for us as individuals, to keep our uniqueness and authenticity, and at the same time to be part of a whole where there is only one primary purpose, and that's to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And this is why I do these videos. I believe wholeheartedly that truth is the sanctuary, that truth is spiritual. Anonymity provides us with sanctuary. And anonymity gives us an opportunity to explore the deep of where we have good qualities and less good qualities. So when we use the serenity prayer each day as a means of meditation, saying, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, what better meditation could we do on a daily basis, just for today?